Welcome to LNB Renewable System Director. Today we're going to see something different about drones, the unmanned air vehicles. Okay. So we're going to understand the basics behind this drone. Okay, we had classified this part into two things. Okay, part one and part two. What are the things that we're going to discuss in the part one? So in the part one, we're going to see what is a drone, what is an unmanned air vehicle, okay, and what are the subsystems of these drones, okay, and what are the classifications in it, and what are the different types of drones, okay, how we are classifying them, differentiating them based on the wings, okay, and what are the different types of single motor and multi-motor drones. So first of all, let us try to understand what is drone, okay, an unmanned aerial vehicle. It means it will fly, okay, and most importantly, okay, it is also an aircraft, okay, without any human pilot, crew, passengers on the board, okay. So in depth we are going to see the different parts of it, but basically let's try to understand. In the drone you will have a transmitter, receiver, you will have a propeller, you will have a engine speed controllers, you will have a different sort of sensors, and most importantly the main controlling part, and most importantly for the propeller to run properly we need a motor's help. Next, what are the subsystems or the electrical subsystems which is present inside a drone? Okay, so most importantly, same like a normal PC, we can classify them into four things, four important devices, that is input devices, output devices, storages, and the communication devices. What are the input devices? Touch panels, keypad, mouse, okay, microphone, camera, sensors, and these remote controllers, all these comes under the category of input devices. What are the output devices? Display, sensors, motors, fans, LEDs, and some other output devices. If you want to include also you can include, okay. And storage, so storage we can use SSDs, okay, solid state drives, memories, flash, hard disks, optical drives also you can use, or you can use a secure digital devices for storing the data. Next, communication devices. In the communication devices, we have so many categories. Okay, wired LAN area network, wireless LAN, mobile network, 3G, 4G, LTE, and global positioning systems, and even USB is also nowadays used to connect the transmitting and receiving devices in it. Okay, so let us try to understand it with an example. Okay, if your intended application is surveillance, okay, it should be equipped with a high resolution camera and the SOC, okay, which is being used in the system. And most importantly, the PCBA should be designed in such a way as to interconnect with the high speed data between the SOC and the camera module, and they should be capable of transmitting the live or the recorded data via the wireless communication modules, okay. And the wireless modules can be Wi-Fi, 3G, 4G modules, okay. And the memory, it should have internal storage, sensors, flight controllers. These are the basic required subsystems to design a surveillance drone, okay. And what are the softwares? So we can categorize the softwares into four different categories. What are the four different categories? Firmware components, OS and the drivers, sensing, navigation and the control, and the application specific components, okay. Next is that mechanical systems. So basically the mechanical system which consists of enclosures, okay, and form factors, or we can call it as a simple ID. What is this ID? ID refers to the industrial design. Okay, so this ID determines the exterior and the appearance of the drone. Okay, so the idea of a drone will be used with the numerous mechanical parts which is complicatedly assembled with the electrical parts which are being interconnected through mechanical or thermal interconnections. Okay, the most popular drones which are used are quadcopters, which is built on X frames. Okay, there are some quadcopters which can be built on H frames also. So the shape of the frame will be in the shape of H. Okay, and in the same way, in certain quadcopters, the frame will be in the X shape. Okay, next, apart from it, the drone with the frame is the base. Okay, which includes, okay, the propellers, which includes the propellers. Apart from it, for them to run properly, we need the support of the motors, we need the landing gears, okay, we need the body part, which usually consist of PCBA, flight controllers, motor drives, and most importantly, the power source battery. Okay, and we can classify these drones into different types, different categories. How? So the unmanned air vehicle, we can classify them, okay, based on the design, especially based on the weight we can classify them. We can based on the maximum flight altitude we can classify them. Based on the degree of operational autonomy, operational roles, we can classify these unmanned air vehicle, that is drones. First, let us try to understand how we are going to classify them based on the weight. Simple. So based on the weight, we can classify the drones into five different categories. The first category will be the 250-gram category. Okay, if the maximum weight of a drone is 250 grams or less than 250 grams, we can consider them as a nano. Okay, nano unmanned air vehicles, UAV. Next is that if the weight is between somewhere between 250 gram 2 kg, we can call it as a micro air vehicles. Next is the miniature UAV or small UAV, that is small unmanned air vehicle. The weight category for this vehicle will be 2 to 25 kg. And if you're going for a medium range, it will be from 25 to 150 kg will be the medium. Then the large will be the drone which comes under the category which is greater than 150 kilograms. If the weight is more than 150 kg, it will comes under the large category. Okay. Next, based on the degree of autonomy. What is this degree of autonomy? It means, say for example, there are some drones which are designed in such a way that they will, till it achieving the target, we need the guidance from the ground. Okay, once it achieved its target, okay, they are designed in such a way that, okay, without our support, automatically through the remote piloting, okay, fully autonomous, in a autonomous way, it will come back to the base automatically. So this is the degree of autonomy. This degree of autonomy can be in the either two way, fully automatic, or it can be hybrid also. We can control from the ground till it achieve the target. After that, it will return to the base automatically. Okay. And even nowadays, this optional pilot option is also there. If you want to pilot it, you can control it. If not, automatically, if you set the targets, it will reach the target and come back to the base automatically. Next, based on the altitude. Based on the altitude, we have so many different types. Okay, based on the altitude, we have around 7 to 8 different categories. What is this? Because if your height is 2000 feet, that is 600 meters, it comes under the category of handheld drones. Okay, and if you're under the range will be only the 2 kilometers. Okay, maximum 2 kilometers you can have the control. Next is the close category. The height of which they can fly is around 5000 feet, that is around 1500 meters. Okay, it can cover the range of 10 kilometers. Next category that we can see is next category that we are going to see is that NATO type, which can fly at a altitude of 3000 meters. Okay, its range will be 50 kilometers range. These are all NATO categories. That is, it can fly at a height of 10,000 feet. Next is the tactical type, okay, which can fly at a height of 5500 meters, that is 18,000 feet. Okay, the total range of this vehicle is 160 kilometers. Okay, next category is that male category, that is medium altitude, long endurance. Okay, so it can fly at a height of 30,000 feet. Okay, the male type has a capability to fly at a height of 30,000 feet, that is 9,000 meters. and the range that it can cover, it used to cover is 200 kilometers. Okay. Next is the next type of category. Next type of category is the hail category. Hail category. What is this hail category? That is, hail here refers to high altitude, long endurance. Okay, so it can fly at a height of 30,000 feet. That is 9,100 meters. It can fly. Okay, the range is indefinite. Okay, hail. Next is the hypersonic, high speed, supersonic, like that, or uh, these categories has a capability to fly at a height of, okay, 50,000 feet. That is, if you consider in meters, it is 15,200 meters it can fly. The range will be 200 kilometers. There are some drones which can, okay, orbit the low Earth orbits also. Next, we are going to classify the drones, okay, based on mission it is going to handle. So we can categorize them into 6 types. First is the compact. If you're going to use your drone for compact, that is high risk missions for attacking the enemies, then it comes under the category of compact vehicles. Okay, these are the unmanned compact aerial vehicles, that is UCAV. Okay, these carries the missiles for missions. Okay, at most it looks like a planes. Next is the logistic. Okay, so nowadays, the resource shortages in so many industries are happening. Okay, in such occasions, these things we are already seeing, we are going to see in future, near future. For delivering the goods and the cargo, we are going to use, okay, the drones. Most importantly, in Amazon and the Domino's, they are already using, implementing. Uh, so what is the advantages? Okay, for Domino's, they are for delivering the pizzas, they are using the drones. Okay, it is easier, okay, and more to ship the cargoes with the drones when there is a lot of traffic on the streets. It is easy to drive. Okay, next category is that civil drones. Okay, for general usage, in for monitoring and the agriculture fields, we are using this civil drones. It is very much useful in collecting the data and in take the aerial photographies. These drones are being used. Next is the reconnaissance. So these kind of drones are also known as mission control drones. Unlike the others, these drones are assigned to do a task, it does automatically, and it will return back to the base by itself. These important task of these reconnaissance is that they are used to get the information from the enemy on the battlefield. Okay, these kinds of drones are supposed to be small and easy to hide. Next is the target and decoy. These kinds of drones are compact drones, but it is different. The compact drones provides the attack capabilities for high risk missions, and target and decoy drones, okay, which provides the ground and the enemy gunnery with a target. Okay, even in the research and development also we are using the drones. Some drones are used to collect the weather data for providing the internet. Okay, and there are, we can classify them based on the wings also. Okay, we have a fixed wings, wing type, and movable wing type, changeable wing types also. This fixed wing type, it's almost looks like a, its wings are very rigid. It looks like an airplane. Okay, it has a very good battery life. Okay, they have only one motor. Okay, they can fly at a very high height. The most important thing is that, like an aircraft, takeoff and landing is very crucial for these kind of drones, fixed drones. Okay, and most importantly, you know um, only for most importantly, in order to design this, these are very much expensive also. Okay, and most importantly, we should have a knowledge on aerodynamics if you had a plan to design a fixed wing type. Okay, next is the rotatory wing. So in the rotatory wing, we have two categories. One is single rotor type, and the other one is the multi rotor type. Okay, in the single rotor type, it simply looks like a helicopter. These are very much strong in propelling. Okay, these are designed in such a way to help to both, okay, hover and to change the directions also. Okay, they have a very good battery power. Okay, it consumes less power than the multi rotor. Okay, these are the payload capacities of the single rotor is very much good. okay, but it is very difficult to make them fly. Okay, next is the multi-rotor. So the multi-rotors are most commonly among the drones which we are often using it. Based on the number of wings, we are classifying them. Okay, tricopter will be there. In the tricopter, we'll have a three propellers. Okay, and the next is the quadcopter which has four rotors installed on it. Next is the hexacopter which will used to have a six rotors in it. There are octocopters also there which used to have a eight rotors in it. Okay, the most commonly used is the quadcopter. Okay, because the multi, why we are going for this multi rotors, these are easy to control. Okay, and it is good in payload delivery. Okay, and most important task of is that using we can take off and land them vertically almost anywhere. That is the biggest advantage of this multi rotors. Okay, and also the flight is very stable than when compared to the single rotor and the fixed rotors. One of the disadvantages is that power consumption, because in the others we are using only one motor, so the power consumption is very less. But here, based on the number of wings, okay, number of propellers, the motor's size is also increasing. The power consumption is more. That is one of the biggest disadvantage of this drones. Okay. Next, we are classifying the multi-rotor drones also. So already based on the propellers, we classified them. Okay, and most importantly, the gliding drones or the fixed drones do not have a structures like the multi-rotor drones, because they look like an airplanes. Okay, so based on the different purposes, it differs. Okay, so three important way you can assemble a multi-rotor drones. One is the ready to fly. Okay, you can purchase directly. If you are a beginner, if you want to learn to use the drones, you can there is a ready to fly model is also there, you can fly them. Okay, with you don't know, you don't want to do any sort of complex or a set of programming knowledges, you can purchase the ready to fly. And next is the bind and fly model is there. Okay, which comes with a transmitter. But it is if you have a very good knowledge, try to go with the bind and fly, because nowadays, if there are so every day it is getting evolved. And also, if you're having old transmitter and old program, and if you're purchasing something which is very new in technologies, sometimes the compatibility issues might be there. Okay, next is the almost ready to fly. Okay, this drones comes everything which need to fly, but a few parts which might be missing, that might keep that might not be um, helps in flying properly. So always try to go with the ready to fly, or if you want to assemble on your own, you can go with the almost ready to fly also. Okay, next, in propellers also there are so many categories are there. Okay, plastic propellers are there, carbon fiber propellers also there. So as you all know it, nowadays in most of the places they are using the fibers also. If it is for a playing purpose, you can go with the plastics. Okay, but if you are going to do any serious sort of jobs, it is better to go with the carbon fibers. Okay, thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon if you want to know more and learn more. Please listen to our channel. If you find this video very much useful, please share with your friends. Thank you so much.